Prime example of the world being different. Look at this. It's back to 200. This thing even doesn't matter what valuation. It doesn't matter the valuation. It's not valued. It matters what they keep it here. What do you think happens to half these Wall Street banks and houses if this thing goes to 1,000? If this goes to 1,000 and AMC goes to 500, I'm pretty sure one or two, maybe five. Right, I'm going to change it. Let's do it as a percentage. I will tell you 20% of Wall Street goes broke. And 20% of the funds implode if GME is at 1,000 and AMC is at 500. Now, nobody's saying it can get there. I'm just telling you. Because these guys are ridiculously stubborn. You see these old guys come on TV, this ain't worth anything, you just short it, it'll be there. Think about it. Think about it. They shorted Tesla at 100. Chanos and all these guys, David Einhorn, you don't even hear of David Einhorn anymore, right? It's like he doesn't even exist. He shorted like 15 stocks, he's wrong on all 15 of them. What do you think happens? What do you think he's really doing to GME and AMC and all these other stuff? Now, nobody's saying it's going to get there, but I'm saying I believe, and I've always believed, that anything is possible because it happened to me. Anything is possible. So does it go to 500? Maybe it goes to 500. Look at Roku. I tell you every day, Roku isn't worth nothing, but I buy it all the time to go up. Doesn't matter. You just have to be open-minded. And if they go today, let me tell you, if this GME gets 240 today, it's going to get 300 by the end of the week. But, I don't know if it gets 220. I don't even know if it gets 220. So just keep an eye on it and know this. But is money moving back to those? And if they do, there's a bunch of these ones that they're going to go into pretty fast. Okay? That's what we know. That's what we know. One other thing we want to talk about, and before we get the whole thing started here, is market caps. Market caps matter. Okay? So keep an eye on it. Market caps matter. So what does that mean? So if you're telling me that Crowd is worth $60 billion, just making up numbers, and PANW is worth $40 billion, they should both be worth about the same. So in theory, it can happen two ways. Crowd can go down, say it goes down to $50 billion, and PANW goes up to $50 billion, somewhere in the ballpark. Give or take 5, 6, 7, 8 billion, somewhere. If Crowd goes up another to $100 billion, then PANW should go up to at least 80 or 90 billion. That's something you look at when you come up with numbers, when I come up with numbers in my model, and it's all factored in there, market caps and stuff, right, and where things can go. So tremendous amount of data. So just know that. Keep that in mind, and then you will do better. You'll do better. Okay? Interesting. Okay. Okay. Good morning, everybody. 8:25. SPX is what? About... He was down 4. Let me look. Where's it's down 1. So it's doing nothing. Okay, you got 44, 44.92, 45.21. Underneath 44.51. If you believe that we sell the news and Powell does something silly, the 44.50s and the 4400s become huge. And you can do one better. You can buy the 4400s for Monday, and it goes way, way, way lower. Obviously, if he doesn't do anything, doesn't do any tapers, those all go to zero. Those are called hedges. So if you need a hedge, if you believe something is going to happen. Now, here's how Sam does it on the hedge side. A little bit of teaching here is if you sold Google and you made 200 grand, just making up stuff, and you only put in 150 grand in all your other positions. So it's no different than if you made 20 grand and you put back in 10 or 12, and that 12 goes to zero, you're still net positive. So then you don't need a hedge. But you'll say, but Sam, I'm already up. I don't want to lose that money. Okay, then you'd hedge. So that you have to decide how to do that, okay? So very, very interesting there. LRCX, it popped to this 592, 593 area and then dropped 10 yesterday. Can it get through and go to 603, 603? Then we see NVIDIA working back lower, working back lower. If it gets back to about 213, 215s become interesting. PANW is down about 8 from where it was. See if it can get 446. If it does, we'll look at the 460s for next week. We bought those and sold them fast. Why? Because historical PE on PANW is not huge. That's why we sold them fast. Crowd starting to move. Nice play yesterday. They got up to 5. They were a double. They're going to go back up today. They're going to be probably about 450 at open. If it takes out 272, it will go to 6. Very nice. NOW continues to move up. Very, very strong. 622, 629. Snowman earnings after the close today. I believe the earnings are going to be good. I don't believe he's going to screw up two quarters in a row. Does it get through 300? It can. If it goes, it's got 332 written all over it. Then we see. If it fails, 251. Shop moved all the way to 1559 yesterday, 1563. Accelerator today, 1572. Underneath 1509. Vaxes aren't doing much right now. NVAX down 4. It needs 255. Moderna needs 406. 409 is an accelerator. BTNX needs 372. Under 309, really bad. That's the Vaxes. CMG, does it open over 1952? If it does, it runs all day. Then we see. BABA, does it reverse back up? Or are they going right back down? They're just weak. You took 1.2 to 2. Got to trade them. Up to you how to trade them. What I do is I sell other stuff that's profitable to cover them, and that's how I trade. Okay, obviously you know that. Baidu needs 156. Amazon looks better. It looks better and it looks different. Now, Amazon is the first thing to fail every single day. Every single day, it's the first thing to fail. Watch today. If the market heads down, and I'm talking 5-10 handles, and Amazon rips to 33.21, then it's completely different. GME down 4, back on the screen here. This is interesting. Stocking these 250s just in case it takes out yesterday's highs. We'll keep an eye on that. 232 is the first accelerator. 240 is a huge if it gets through that. MDB. Nice move yesterday. Unplayable. The premiums are just too high. Unplayable. Then we see. Zoom is doing nothing. Google, a little bit better. 2852, 2872, 2900. If Powell does nothing. Tesla, can it get to 716 and hold? 726 beast number. 726 beast. Then we see. Crowd SPX ad effective tomorrow. And earnings on Tuesday after the close next week. Then we see. Okay, cybersecurity summit today, so that maybe they run. It's added after tomorrow, so maybe it runs today, maybe it runs one more day. AMC, people asking 52, a big number on AMC. We talked about Sava. Don't know what's real there. They're responding. Then we see. Tito saying the best mindset I've learned from you. Anything is possible. Yes, here's the thing. And all these other people, they come on Twitter and they talk about this, said this is going to happen. Well, no, this is a cup and handle. It can't do that. And let me tell you, the first time in your life when you get completely destroyed, and you deserve to get destroyed when that happens, something happens that you think isn't possible. Did you think the vaccine was possible? Think about this. Think about the people that owned all these airlines and stuff at $20, at $25, and they went to 2 and 3 and 4, and they sold their stuff, right? Best thing I learned from Sam is the hot chick on Twitter is not a chick, it's a dude. Interesting. Thank you. That's what we know. FDA is not halting as of yet. I don't believe the FDA will halt them. I don't think they look at it that way. Then we see. So that's what we know. Everybody have a great trading day. See you in chat. Watch the memes today. Very interesting. See if they accelerate. Everybody, see you in chat. Thanks.